What's up, guys? It's your boy Elevate. This is gonna be a weird type of video and a start of a new series. It's gonna be pro tips that are very in depth. It's gonna be catered to people who are trying to get better at scrims with a competitive mind. So if you're just here for pugs, trying to get better at pugs, trying to get most kills, you probably should not be here. This series is going to be super in depth. I'm hoping to do a lot of videos cater to an audience because when I personally was trying to get up through step 1 months ago, it was very hard because there weren't a lot of tutorials. It was all based on me and VOD reviewing and getting better. So I'm going to try to share some of the information. Hopefully you guys receive this well. And if you don't know about scrims, this is a great way to, this series will definitely get you introduced to it. Step 1 is a great league to start out in, and you guys should definitely check it out. First off, I'll start with my accomplishments before I get into today's episode about IGLing. I got into the Pro Discord early May. I've been playing for 3 months. I joined KOD and became the IGL of KOD middle of May, end of May. And since then, I grinded with that team. I'm currently playing for a different team because KOD split up, but grinded with that team. We became the number 2 ranked free agent team under Impact and ex-Impact at the time and above Swaglords. We became the ranked 10th overall team in power rankings by Fortnite VR Live. I've came 3rd place in a $10,000 1v1 tournament that was hosted by Players Lounge a week ago, last Wednesday. So I'm super experienced. Been IGLing for a really long time. I've IGL'd IM League and ESCA when I was younger, and so I have a lot of experience with IGLing. It definitely carried over, and I'm definitely excited for this series. Be super in depth, super complicated, but get ready, get a notebook out. Like I have mine right here, so get ready for this. Today we're gonna be talking about IGLing, and I gotta start off, if we're talking about IGLing, if you should be IGLing. If you are just IGLing because you talk the most on your team, you definitely need to step down from your role. It should not be who talks the most, and in most teams, sometimes the shyest person is IGLing because it's the best for the team. The second point of that is, are you prepared to be doing the most work in and out of scrims? I probably VOD review 2 to 3 hours every day. I'm constantly looking at the top team's VODs. If I'm ever in a lobby with like Ghost, Energy, like Liquid, if they're all playing, like if I'm ever in a lobby with all of the top teams at the moment, I always Impact. I'm always saving those VODs. I'm always recording it. That way I can look at it later. And I'm always studying. I'm a studier of the game, and it definitely pays off. And you should be too if you're gonna call yourself an IGO. And are you confident in your decision making? This one's really huge. One problem a lot of people have is they aren't confident in every decision they make. They're unconfident in how they're talking. They're like, do you guys think we should do this? If you're ever saying the word think as an IGL, that word is banned. You should never be putting an option in front of your team. You need to be the one who goes and assesses it. Even if it's wrong, you'll learn later with your VOD review. That's how it is. You'll make mistakes and you get better. Those are the main things. Also, are you ready to be hit down a lot? When you're going to make a bad call, you have to be mentally strong enough to be able to get up from that call and continue to call for your team, whether it's a bad game or you kill your team because of a call. When I was coming up in Fortnite, when I was coming up in multiple games, in CSGO, I definitely had lost rounds for my team numerous times, all the time. Even when I was on my peak of calling, I also lost rounds for my teams off of a bad call / misjudgment. But the next round, the best IGOs always get up and they still continue to make the best calls no matter what happens. It's very hard at some points, especially if you get really like a dumb death happens, but you have to be mentally strong enough to like continue on. Those are the 4 points. Should you be IGOing? It's, do you call the most? Do you call just because you're talking the most? Are you prepared to constantly be putting in work inside and outside of scrims? Are you confident in your decision making? And are you okay to be knocked down? Those are the 4 things that you have to be very strong with if you want to be an IGL for your team. The next thing I'm going to talk about are the 4 most important things to IGL once you've decided you should be IGLing. The number 1 is confidence. I've already talked about this. You have to have that confidence. Even if you're wrong, it doesn't matter. So the worst thing in an IGO is an IGO who's unconfident, because the wrong call, the right call with a huge delay could kill your team, compared to the wrong call with like an immediate call. So like if you call wrong, say here's an example. So there's a team in front of you turtling, and you don't know whether to get on top of them to build or not. So you can't decide at this moment, and so you decide, oh, I'm like you can't decide whether to go on top of them or not, and it's one of the end zones. So you're thinking about this, and you take too long, and then all of a sudden they build up and build into a base because they have zone or something like that. You have to be able to. A delay on a call is the worst thing possible for your team. You need to be able to make those split-second decisions when it's tough, when it's in a build fight, and you need to go with it. Even if it's wrong, you need to go with it and have that confidence. You'll talk about it later in VOD review if it's wrong. We do that all the time with my pro team. And the next thing is out-of-game work. I've already talked about this again. You got to be constantly VOD reviewing. You got to be looking at other teams, what they're doing. The third thing is positioning. Positioning is crucial in these games. IGOing, you gotta be aware. Positioning split up into two categories. You gotta be aware of where your team is at all points. As you get higher up, it's gonna be a lot easier. But when you're at lower ranks, it's a lot of its pressure is on you to be able to know where your team's at. And the other thing of positioning is where other people are at. You got to realize you have to have a mental map in your head and realize where different teams are on the map. If there's a team here and you want to be in the middle of them, you can't do that sometimes. Because if you go there, then you'll get spammed or killed, or it's a bad position to be in. But if you know those teams are there ahead of time, you can make a change to go around them. You have so many options. You can go on top of a turtle team. There's a lot of different things you can do. And preparing your team with your calls. This is something extremely important, and you'll see in this VOD. In this VOD that we're about to watch, this entire time with the new meta, I had a strat in my mind. I knew it was going to work, and I called to my team about it, and this was our game plan. Our game plan was stay on the edge of zone, turtle, don't waste mats because I have a launch pad, which means we're going to launch pad and go for a high ground play once after the 7th zone. So once the 8th zone, not the first zone that goes outside the zone and moves with the new meta, but the next zone. So you'll watch us here. We're not really pushing in. We're being super hesitant, and we're being super safe with our fights. The only fights we take are ones where we know the teams, we cannot get spammed from it, and we know we're protected, and it's pretty much a free kill / free pressure that we should put on, and there's not a huge risk. Those are our 4 things. Preparing your team. So like another example, like I'll be like, hey, you guys get ready. I'm gonna place this launch pad here, and we're gonna do this in 10 seconds. Get ready because the zone's coming. You gotta let them know. You can't just be like, I'm launch padding, putting it here now. Let's go. You know, because then there's a huge delay. They have to go over there. So you gotta constantly be preparing your team for the next call. You gotta be thinking ahead. Okay. Let's hop right into this VOD review. We're gonna watch this and I'm gonna commentate over it as we go. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. Okay, so just some prefix before this starts. We know there's 2 people or 1 person in the cellar, so we're gonna spam him because we know there's another team over here to our top right, and so we're pretty confident that we're safe with this fight because they're in the cellar. We're isolated, so this is kind of a free kill to us. What's that? So basically, we're just spamming this guy, and I'm telling my team, you know, get ready. This shouldn't be in our end fight, but this was kind of a situational thing that I adapted to mid-game, and I made this call, even though we had our game plan set out. So basically, we kill this guy and his teammate, and then he started shooting explodes in a suicide attempt. He kills Horrify. It's okay. We pick him up.
I'm going up top.
18 seconds. Yeah, 18 seconds. So here you already hear me. The preparation phrase, the preparation thing of IGOing. I'm already warning my team. 18 seconds. I always have my eye on the Stormcock. Okay, so then we come out of the basement here. I already talked about it. I want to get on top of these guys. Told him follow me in. Move up into the zone. So we have to move up into the zone. Go above them, go above them. Tell them to go above them because I realize these guys are turtling. Split second decision making, confident. Yeah. You notice how I'm never saying let's go, like, I'm not saying this, my calls are short and precise.
Hey, chill. Get above them.
I got pyramids all over.
One more level.
I'm saying this just because I don't want to get edit killed.
And then we're chilling. Alright, we're good.
I tell them we're chilling because the game plan in the back of my head, I don't want to waste all our mats.
We're good.
Okay, so now that we're in this position with my jump pad, all I have to do is literally chill here, maybe get some pop shots, like low risk fights, you know, where I know I can't die, my team can't die. But we literally just have to sit here, and I'm telling my team that.
Can you guys get up to us?
Oh, what's up to this? How am I in storm?
They're below us.
255 west.
Yeah.
Bottom west.
I'm in the storm.
Yeah, we need more land. We need.
So here's another important thing. Our team, although I'm the primary shot caller and whatever I say goes, Sheep and Horrify and Vifo are all able to call at any moment in time. They can say what they want, and it's open comms. Like when it comes down to it, I'm the main shot caller, but don't be afraid and let your team know this. For your team not to be afraid to be able to
More
talk.
land.
Yes, we do,
Zone.
yes.
Okay. Yeah. Don't build, overbuild. Just sit here. Sit here.
Exactly. Game plan.
Okay, boys. I'm gonna place the jump pad on this.
Look, a minute and 20 minutes before the next zone, I'm already preparing them for what I'm going to do. I'm letting them know that preparation
square
phase of
when
IJing.
it's time. Okay.
Yeah, I'm claiming more land over here. Wait
Okay.
for these to load in, and then we'll go another.
Anyone needs shield?
Just calling out. I have a 50 pot. I see if
Vito, come to me.
I got 1 mini.
There you go. I need pistol bullets. I need all types.
Right now we're just getting situated, getting ready, because in my mind we all know, my team already knows that there's probably going to be a high ground play here that's happening very soon. There's probably going to be a build fight. This is this is where we win the game or lose the game. So right now I'm just preparing everyone for that by like distributing ammo, distributing stuff like that.
Horrify's
Can you
fighting.
drop me some rockets? No, I'm not.
Below.
I have extra or no?
When it's working, we're gonna sit here.
Horrify gets a really cheap kill here. He actually killed everyone there with that. I didn't call this, and that's the thing. Your teammates have to be confident enough to take low risk fights. But here's the thing: Horrify knew that he shouldn't ever first or go for that, and he knows that this is a low risk fight, and so we're able to take that. If we're even have the chance to really get shot back, we're not going to open up any holes here. So that's the only, you can still, even with our game plan, you can still adapt it as things come. You can't be so concrete set on one thing that like you miss opportunities. And as I was coming up IGLing with KOD, and as KOD was like progressing to be a better team before we disbanded, and I'm on this current team now, we had this issue. Like we were so concrete on our game plan, like, oh, we're not on a hill that's turtle, and we wouldn't go for high ground if there was a change, and I was really flat with my calls. You have to be able to adapt, and having really strong teammates is better.
Oh, baby.
We get hyped, and 14 seconds to zone.
Alright, cancel.
I'm calling because it's kind of a free kill, but I called a cancel.
Cancel. We don't need this. Stop fighting.
One side.
Okay, listen. Stop shooting. Everyone, clear comms. Okay, we can sit here for a very long time. I'm gonna edit this pyramid. You guys shoot it out, then I'm gonna place the launch pad. Okay? Oh fuck. Get rid of the
Okay, this call was actually really funny. So I thought the zone to go here like would keep us in the zone longer than it did, and it instantly shrunk on us. So I almost messed up this call. This was just like, I didn't really know how the zone worked. This is the 4th day it's out. I thought it worked differently than this, but at least now I live and I learn. I almost fucked our team here, but anyways, it worked out because we went together. I warned them about it. I told them they had 8 seconds to get over to me. And without that, Sheep was actually at the other end of this, and Sheep would have been destroyed by this because he would have had to run so far in the storm if I did not warn him 8 seconds before.
pad. Let's go.
So my entire team, this is something outside of the game that you need to talk with your team. If you are launch padding, always follow the IGL. Follow the wrestler. That's what our team says. It's kind of a meme. Because I can change. I don't know where everyone is at this point. I made a split-second decision right here that I should not go on top of this building because it's not in the zone. And my team followed me there, and you'll see. So like everyone is following me. So you gotta just tell your team before. If you haven't already gone over this, see, my team's already gone over this, but in this situation you should have just said follow me no matter what or something like that.
Get on.
I also see these guys are pushing, so I don't want to land here and just have a mosh
Middle
pit.
ground. Come to me. Oh fuck. Right here. Do you guys see me?
So I changed it last second. Luckily my team was following me, so it worked out.
Yeah, we're going for high ground.
And my team has discipline here. You might need to, if you're in step 1, you might need to call only build for height in certain situations, because step 1 teams, I don't know if you guys like know this or how advanced your team is, but if they don't know to only build for height and they're still going for kills in build fights, you definitely want to tell them, hey, we're going for height in this situation, especially with these new zones. Height is very advantageous. So as you can see here, I said go for height, even though my team already knew it. I don't even think I called go for height. My team already knows height is what we're going for here, and we're not going for kills. So you'll definitely see that no one here is actually going to kill this guy or go for a kill. They're just going for high ground no matter what. And it worked out. Also, this VOD gets really laggy here because of the servers are really doo-doo. So just be prepared for a lot of laggy building.
Kind of out of the way.
Oh, this lag. We can't.
Are you high?
I'm with you. Keep building up Horify. I'm coming to you.
So here, Horify has high ground, and right now that Horify has high ground, all our minds are just to go for high ground. We already have our game plan. They knew about our game plan before, so as an IGL, really here, it's not a lot of things I can call other than just get up to me, get for high ground, because I know Sheep's below me, so I'm really worried about him. But so right here, as an IGL, this is why you need to have your game plan set before you go into something.
Holy lag city, bro.
Oh, I'm down. I don't know what happened.
So I lag off my fight.
Everyone just support Horify. Oh, there's a guy on my level.
I just dropped.
So Horify lags off the side. Usually this wouldn't be bad and we would have high ground. You could say that we would have had a build fight, but I've already VOD reviewed this. There was only one guy up there, so nonetheless, still is the right call, even with the lag.
Just stay up top, Wifo.
I'm right under you.
So right now, trying to get /save Horify while maintaining high ground. So we have Wifo as scout. Someone should always be on high ground. So usually Horify is our scout. He's always up there looking down on people. So I tell Wifo go for high ground just off raw game sense, because if Wifo's on high ground, he can scout, he can see where people are. It just gives us so much mobility.
Okay, I'm
Horify calls he's in a safe spot.
Horify, Sheep, get up. Sheep.
So I'm just calling for Sheep to get up.
Get up.
I fight.
Sheep actually goes for a little bit of a cheeky fight there. You guys can't see, but he puts 2 clingers on the dude's wall. It was actually really smart by him because it made him drop. But at the same time, I didn't want him to take a fight, and that could have turned into that. So me calling, that was just mainly me being get up, because I don't want him to fight. And if we have 2 people on high ground compared to 1 guy, that's always better.
Don't use float, just get up.
Wait.
That was a bad spot. Oh shit, that was so laggy.
Oh, zone is back where we came from. Zone.
Shitty call there. It actually wasn't.
Oh no, zoner's northeast. We need to get on the same.
Classic door edit.
Start carpeting, okay?
So I just called right there. There's 20 seconds till we have to do this, but I'm preparing my team. Again, a huge point, preparing your team to get ready to get on the same level. I told them that, get ready to carpet, because we're about to do that. And because of that, in 10 seconds, and because of that, because I prepared my team so early for that call, the fact that Sheep was even out of mats in that situation saved us, because if Sheep didn't have mats, if I didn't call before that, Sheep would have asked for mats until the zone was moving in. We would take so much damage, we might have even lost high ground because of it. So preparing your team is always important. It always helps out. Everyone knows the game plan because I prepared them, and they can make changes to themselves, because everyone, even in step 1, is generally good players and above average players, and so they're smart and they're going to be able to do that, but they wouldn't if you didn't prepare your team. So
We're doing it at this level, okay, boys?
So I'm letting them know we're doing it at this level. We're all grouped up.
Here's some mats.
I need bandages too. I'm good on brick. That's all.
Sorry, I cleared my throat.
Alright, here's.
Take this brick.
Make this fic. We need to start it.
I like it thick, boys.
I need mats. I'm grabbing. Zone.
Here, take the bandages back.
This way, east. Northeast.
Yeah. I'm doing. Me and Vifo do floors. Everyone else do cones.
Okay, so here, I just call who does what. Usually, we're actually not going to be doing this. This is kind of a weird call by us. Usually, what the strat is, Horify pressures while we usually move in. But because the situation was weird and we just got up here, Horify really couldn't scout or pressure. And it didn't really matter because everyone was super low.
Okay.
But still, just letting the split-second decision-makings make my team all on the same page.
After this, we need to start going down. Not super fast, but eventually.
preparing my team. I'm even doing another action while preparing my team for what we have to do. I can't stress that enough. If your team is all on the same page going into a zone or going into a thing, like that's gonna be huge for your team.
Holy, I'm gonna.
Even when it gets intense here, just like
off, I'm
being
so
able to
scared.
Just
multitask.
don't lag off. Don't get close to the edges.
Don't lag
I
off.
died, I still died.
Okay. Zone is back where we came from. Perfect.
Okay, right here I actually did make a mistake while calling, but like it's not really why I'm doing this video. We should have gone down here right at this moment and then carpeted back, because worst case we have multiple layers and we can heal. But I didn't, and we die because of lag / my bad. It's whatever. Being able to recognize that you made a mistake is pretty big.
I
So
love harping and then it goes back that way.
okay, right here I called a pressure
Alright, start shooting down.
because I want to apply the pressure. There's only 11 left outside of our team, and if we can shoot down on a team while we're on high ground, a lot of times it causes everyone on low ground to concave, and that's exactly what we want. So we're starting pressure here, make people uncomfortable, waste mats, the little bit of mats people have left, and get some free kills while people like aren't worried about above them.
One dead.
I knocked one down. One down.
Don't use all our explodes. Don't use all our explodes.
Just preparing my team. Don't use all your explodes. A lot of split-second decision-making shit, because like we'll need those later.
Anyone have ammo? I need ammo.
I need whatever.
What ammo? Here's AR.
Oh my god. Oh
Tagged one.
Anyone have healing? Anyone have healing?
I don't think
I
everything
got
here.
bandages.
Mini. On me. On foot.
Drop bandages.
Okay.
I never pick up that many, so I'm trying to clear this
We need to
bandages.
start
So,
going down somehow.
I'm preparing my
There's
team.
8 left.
20
There's
seconds
only
left.
There's 2 teams left.
One team. I was kind of bot here. 2 teams. Actually, it was the right call. So I want to go down here, but I run out of mats.
Guys, help me start going down, okay?
Watch out, don't lag off. Like it's really
I
bad.
know.
Oh my goodness.
I'm out of mats. I need mats.
Wait, get up.
And then you'll see how I die here. It's pretty bad.
Fucking hell. We're getting
I'm
clinger.
lagging.
Oh!
So me and Bifo get cucked by that. If we went down earlier, we could have prevented that. So as an IGL, looking back, VOD review, work outside, I know that. These new zones are really weird, new meta. Okay, look, I die here.
Who's alive? Sheep.
So you notice I died here, and this is one of the things, my number 3 on my thing is being able to be mentally strong even when you're dead. So right here, I died, and I still get back up, and I'm like, hey, we gotta, I instantly start
You
calling.
guys are fine. You guys are fine. You can win it. There's still a team down here. They're gonna fight each other.
So I'm calling out to my team, information. Okay, I made a mistake here. I should have walked out of the zone. It's small, it's whatever.
You guys got this.
They don't have healing.
We don't.
You have rockets. You guys have rockets. You're fine.
I
Just-
can't. I don't.
You guys need to aggro rockets. They're gonna shoot you down.
So I was really worried they were gonna shoot him down. I didn't know these guys were fighting.
You guys have to
Alright,
start
hold on.
rocketing them. When they shoot, Horify, you finesse a rocket, okay?
Fuck.
So because we didn't go down earlier, we're kind of stuck in this awkward spot. Again, my bad as an IGL.
You
Need to
gotta
work.
Start going down a bit.
You want me to go down?
Hold up. It's lagging so badly.
Just stay
Horify.
at that level and rocket them. Stay at that level and shoot them. It's too
I'm gonna
lag.
This was actually a wrong call by me. They should have kept going down, but I was afraid they were gonna slip off because of the
Down
lag.
a little. Yeah.
Oh, there's only like 2 left. Yeah. Just keep shooting
Yeah.
down. Just shoot down. They can't counter you shooting.
Sheep gets a kill there, I think, or something.
This is gonna kill them.
Yo, I'm going down. Really?
So at the lag, that's kind of why I didn't want him to
6
go
seconds.
down, but it's all good. Telling him aggro, telling him how much storm time, I'm still helping him out. Even though I just died to a really dumb reason, mentally strong.
Just spam them from up top. That's your chance.
We gotta go down more.
I'm telling him to spam him
Oh,
up
it's not
top, which is kind of the wrong call to be honest, but they,
Oh, they're all fighting.
They're
Just spam
fighting.
'em. Just third party.
I just want to spam them, but it works out.
Horify,
man.
rocket and then sheep you
I'm
spam
out of
in.
rockets.
Okay. Just send it. You guys got it.
Just send it. Basically, when it comes down to it, when people are making a play, sometimes talking in their ears isn't the best. So at this point, I have faith in Sheep and Horify. They're super good players, have a lot of time under their belt. I'm pretty sure they're going to win this a 2v1. Sheep dies, almost chokes. Horify wins it.
Oh,
GG.
GG's. Emote, 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 emote.
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 No, rabbit dog.
Rabbit dog.
Okay, to be honest, we're trying to do this thing every time we win to do rabid dog emote. It's kind of dumb, but it's what we want to do. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Quick overview is confidence, out of game preparation, prepare, being prepared for preparing out of the game. There we go. Positioning and preparing your team in the game. Hope you guys enjoyed the series. Many more things to come. Tell me what you guys want to see next. This is just the first episode. Got a lot planned. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully see you guys in the next one. Peace.